And I just want to, first of all, welcome everybody to our, maybe I'll mute everybody just for the recording purposes. Let's see.
Good call.
And we can all unmute yourself if you want to unmute yourself, feel free. Oh, there's Danielle Skaggs. Hello, Danielle. Hello. Okay, so I am super excited to start this weekly What's Up Wednesday chat. And I honestly hate that you guys are muted. So if you want to unmute yourself, feel free to unmute yourself because it feels like I'm alone when you're muted. But I got this idea actually from some of our other leaders who had, wanted to give us a chance to start communities within our bigger treasure tribe because, I think most of you on the line know we've only been around as a treasure tribe since April of last year. I can't believe we are kind of coming up on a year. And we wanted to remain a larger team because there's a lot of strength in that and so forth. But the reality is it doesn't give us a chance to kind of chat small like this and give people that are either brand new or have questions or have had great experiences that they want to share with everybody else, whatever your situation is, doesn't give you a chance to really communicate. And so we wanted to start a What's Up Wednesday to give time at lunch. People can call in from work. They can obviously be visible or not. It doesn't matter. But really give us a chance to connect together. So welcome. And I hope that as we continue that we actually have greater and greater participation. So that's my goal. So I want all of you to know I've got a few little talking points, but then I also want, if you have questions that you haven't had answered, that you are curious about, please jot those down even as we're going, and we can get those answered today for you or for your team members. Sound good?
Sounds good. Sorry, my phone's about ready to die, damn it.
Go get your laptop or plug it in. So I've got on here Danielle and Karen, and they are both leaders within our greater treasure tribe. And so, if you guys want to chime in at any time, please as well. So the first thing I wanted to mention, because so many of us are new, is that today is the end of our Park Lane week. Okay, so Park Lane does weekly payouts, and let's see, hold on a second. Okay, does weekly payouts, and Wednesdays is the cutoff. And so if you're new, just know that every Wednesday is when most of us close our shows, so that on Friday, we're getting an email telling us how much money we have in our bank account on Tuesday. So it's really great. But we try to, what we say, call it a consistency club, and try to submit $300 in orders a week. Why did we pick that random number? I don't know. But honestly, if you did 300 a week, you know what, guys? I am going to mute us just because there's a little noise, but please unmute if you need to. But if you, what was I saying? Oh, that would be $1,000 a month. And now if you're on this call and you're like, Christy, I want to make way more than that, that's perfectly fine. But just because it's kind of like riding a bike, if you do a little every week, it just builds on itself. So I don't like going a week that I don't have sales. It's like something inside of me bothers me. It's like, oh, I want new people. I want commission. I want that ball to keep rolling, because every sale I get is a potential hostess or stylist as well, or it leads me to future business. So Wednesday is the end of the Park Lane week. So if you've got shows to close those shows tonight or by tonight, and you will get paid on Wednesday. So on Friday, you'll get your email telling you how much is in your account. And so first day of the week is always Thursday, which it takes you a while to get used to this. So anyway, every Wednesday, since we're doing What's Up Wednesday, we'll be able to kind of talk about what the closeout is. Last week, it was the closeout for our Rich Rewards Level 1, which is our monthly free jewelry program. And so in order to earn Level 1, which is $250 in free jewelry, which all of us are dying to have every month, you have to submit $1,000 in sales those first 2 weeks of the month. And so Those weeks, we'll be talking about that. At the end of the month, we'll be talking about all the other levels of rich rewards to make sure you or your team members have the knowledge of the fact that they're close or not close, and you can help them get there, or you yourself get there, so that you're earning all that free jewelry. So you keep your commissions in your pocket and you're not having to go and spend your commission to build your display or whatever you want to do. Okay. So any questions on how Park Lane pays out, consistency, any of that? Okay, thumbs up from Danielle. Okay, so the second thing is, and I mentioned this to Cindy a second ago, you guys, it is not too late to register for convention. Okay, so if you're on this call and you're like,
I have to interrupt you here.
Yeah.
You must go to convention. Not too late. It is a must.
Okay, so Danielle and Karen both went to our last convention in August, and so did Cindy. So can you guys, do y'all mind sharing like why you're saying it's a must and why it's not too late and whatever? Either one of y'all? Any of y'all?
Yeah, I will. I think it's super inspiring and motivating, and it's like a complete different world is how I felt. Like I was in a whole different world, and it truly opened my eyes, my mind to who all this opportunity can be for. And that absolutely blew my mind, because I think we all subconsciously, not necessarily on purpose, might kind of automatically do the, oh no, she would never do this, right? And so then we don't ask her, or just things like that. And when you're there and you meet all these new people and you're like, you're an attorney, you're a doctor, you're a school teacher, you're a mom, you teach aerobics, like you literally see and meet women of every single aspect of life, every single age of life. There's 20-year-olds, there are 85-year-olds, I'm not even kidding, that have successful businesses. And so to me, that was the biggest eye-opener, and the most fun part is just all the women you meet and the different walks of life that they are in. And so, of course, to me, that's fueling, because then you're motivated and you're inspired to who you might share the opportunity with. And I mean, most of all, it's incredibly fun. Like the most fun ever. And you get to get dressed up. You get to get like kind of super dressed up for the gala. And I was blown away by how they wine and dine you. And it's like a 3-course meal. It was crazy. Not often are you treated that way. So I thought that the gala night was super special.
I love it. Awesome. Danielle, thank you. Karen, do you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I will kind of ditto everything that Danielle said. I mean, I had been with a previous company and gone to one event, so I had something to compare it to. And I was blown away at the fact that everybody felt valued and appreciated, and it was not about the top 5 earners. It was really an education conference on who Park Lane is. So don't feel like if you're new that you're not going to get anything out of it. You have the opportunity to really see and hear from vast array of people and kind of build your momentum again. If you've lost it or if you're new, it really puts things into perspective for this industry and this market. Plus the fact that it is fun. And if we are all women and all girls that need a girls' weekend, it's required. You'll feel better regardless.
And the Treasure Tribe is fun. I mean, yes. In our suite, we're doing lots of dancing and lots of crazy things that we wish we didn't have video of after the fact.
We did scare a few people, but like we were intimidating, but it was fun. It's, if you do anything in your life, you have to test it all. And this is definitely would be a test for you to understand it more. Or girls that have the exact same goals and objectives.
Cindy, do you want to add anything considering you were there in August?
Yeah, absolutely. I was again, dittoing everything that both Karen and Danielle had said, but the motivation for me was huge. I had just started And so just getting on the road and being around all these amazingly successful women and the positivity that was resonating throughout the entire group was truly amazing. It's so fun to meet all you in person and put names with faces. And so anyone that is out there that hasn't gone, highly, highly encourage you to join us.
Well, thank you guys for sharing. So I just wanted people to realize it's not too late. If you're new and you're like, should I go to this? Like, I don't know, is it just for experienced people? It's not. And we would love to have you a part, and we can find roommates and all that kind of stuff. So, okay.
It's a tax write-off.
Do what?
It's a tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off to go to Vegas. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so then I want to talk about how it's not too late to book January shows, okay? So I don't know if y'all saw, I actually went live this morning in the Treasure Tribe page talking about how in the last 12 hours, I had said I'd booked 2. One was unofficial, one was official. The second one I haven't officially gotten the date, but since then I've booked 1 more, and I'm shocked. And it's not really about the fact that, pat on the back, yay, Christy. The point is that there is still so much time to book January shows. So let me kind of tell you a little bit about, how I'm getting those January dates solidified. So as I'm reaching out to, potential stylists, not potential stylists, potential hostesses trying to book, I'm trying to think. I think most of these are people that I talked to in the fall that said not now, okay? And so I've reconnected with them since the new year to try to figure out when now is. And so as we're connecting and they're trying to look at dates and I'm sharing dates and they may say February or whatever, I'm saying, hey, listen, I'll just let you know, if we do your show in January, you're gonna get an extra $250 in jewelry for $40 on top of your already free. Okay. Now the $250 for $40 is available to all of us that can took advantage of dedication weeks. Okay. If you're new and weren't around, don't worry. If you didn't take advantage of them, no worry. Doesn't matter. You still have $150 that you can offer your hostesses for $30 in additional jewelry. Okay. So my point is that as you're talking to your potential hostesses and they're like, how about February 4th? I challenge you to say, girl, we could totally do that. Let me just mention, my January hostesses actually get an extra $150 for only $30 in free product on top of their already other free product. Would you want to try to find a January date? How about the 27th or 30th? You think it's only 2 weeks away, because remember, as I started the call off saying the Park Lane weeks end on a Wednesday. So technically in Park Lane world, our last day of the month, I think, is January 30th. Let me look. Yeah, January 30th. So you would want to do your show by January 30th and close it out that night, So I actually booked one for the morning of January 30th at 10 to noon. And I've already told her we have to close your show out that day so you can get the extra credits, in January. So who are you talking to? Who has already booked? Like I had a lady that booked February 17th, literally back in November. And I reached out to her and tried to get her to move it up. Now, you might be saying, Christy, why does it matter? Why would I want to, I've got to, hold on just a second. Anna, will you turn this off? Our dog alarms are going off on the couch because I've got a white couch. So, but why would it matter? I am all about the now, because who you meet now or sooner is going to build those next shows. So for example, you do a show January 30th, January 27th. You're meeting people 2 weeks earlier, 3 weeks earlier than you would if you did a show February 17th. And the reality is you're going to be able to book from that show sooner. So on the 27th, you might be booking your next show for February 17th. You just doubled your income. You just, doubled your commissions by the fact that you moved that show date up. Now, I totally get it. If your world's crazy and your life's crazy, your calendar's crazy and you can't do it, by all means, don't. This is only if you are like, I really would love to have more, and I'd love to offer that opportunity to my January hostesses or to my hostesses. That's where it can fall into place. So anything any of y'all want to add to that, or questions on, what to say, what to do, validate that? Anyone? I know Danielle. Oh yeah, go ahead, Karen.
On your 150 or 250, now are you, because I had offered it to a couple where I was going to absorb the $30 or the $50 or whatever. Are you finding any resistance from them doing that, or they're jumping on? Okay.
They're jumping on it. They're like, oh, I mean, I'm not even offering to pay for it myself,
Okay.
And we can talk about the Fast 50, the regular monthly Fast 50, and when I do and when I don't offer to pay for that. But I feel like this is a lot of jewelry for an extra $30 or $40. I don't think anybody is going to sneeze at that. I think they're going to be perfectly okay at paying that extra. Danielle, do you want to share what you did yesterday while we were on the phone about you went back and looked at hostesses?
Yes. So yesterday I was feeling like, I want to do some reach outs, and was just kind of like, okay, who can I reach out to? And I said, you know what? I've been doing this like 7 months. What if I reached out to some of the hostesses that hosted for me when I first got started in June and July? And I actually even went through like August. And because it's a whole new season, it's been quite a while. And I know in my previous, like, doing direct sales and in this space, I would have hostesses that hosted, easily twice a year. So I logged into my account, my Park Lane account. I went to orders, and then I went to recently submitted orders, and I scrolled all the way down to my very first hostesses, and then I just wrote a list of names, and I wrote down 7, and I'm like, where's my phone? Hello, I'm looking at it. I quickly made a text that was like, hey, pretty lady, January, we're doing something really fun. I'm able to, gift you an extra $250 in free jewelry for just $40. It's been a while since we got together, and it would be fun. What do you say? Like, super, I'm kind of going off my head, but it was something very close to that. And
it was very short. I remember.
Very short. It took me less than 5 minutes, because I just copied and then pasted that message to all 7 girls, and literally took me about 4 minutes. And I've had one respond, and she said it was a no, but that's okay.
Okay.
She said, and she was like, and it was a really good reason. She's doing this new lifestyle of like no spending.
She's reading the Dave Ramsey book.
Sounds terrible, but smart.
Yeah.
She was like, and actually buying the wine and the food is out of that budget right now. And so she's like, I have to say no, but I would love to. So anyways, it was like a positive no, right?
But here's the thing, and you know this because you've done this, for so many years. That touch point that you just made,
it warmed them up.
It warmed them up for another time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll reach back. My plan is to reach back on Friday and just be like, happy Friday. Hey, did you see my message the other day? I know you probably got busy before you could respond, but what do you think?
Yeah. You mean to the ones that didn't respond?
Did not text me back.
So we did not plan this, but this is perfect timing because this is exactly what I wanted to talk about, you guys. I've got 2 more things I want to talk about. And it's the follow-up to your reach outs. Okay, so if you're new and you, or even if you're not new, you've been around, very often you reach out to a potential hostess, and, these days we do a lot of texting, of course, and we call the initial reach out your warm up. You're warming them up, and so you're not just cold calling them. So you might do what Danielle did, or if it's some total newbie, you might say something like, hey, Julie, Happy New Year. wanted to reach out. I've started a new business. I'm so excited. It's Park Lane Jewelry. I'd love to connect with you. And, I thought of you because you love fashion, or I thought of you because, you live in Plano and I don't know anybody up there. Or I thought of you because you love to entertain, whatever the reason is. Would love to come to a party with you. What do you think? Okay, something like that. Simple. Okay, what if you get no response? Crickets. Like, I would say, and I'm going to guess, 90% of the time it's crickets. 75%. I mean, can I get some head nods? Like, that's probably pretty normal. And so what do you do at that point? Do you think, okay, the answer is no? Do you think she thinks I'm a loser? Do you think she thinks, I've lost my mind, or she hates Park Lane? We all think some of those thoughts because we're human. But having done this for 10 years now, I know that's actually not what's going on. Now, there may be that 1% that may think something like that. We don't care about them. We do not need them in our world. 99% do not think that. They either read the text and they're in the grocery line, or a child's pulling on their, leg to help with homework, or they see it while they're at a stoplight, they can't respond, or they read it and they're like, I don't know if I could do that. Let me think about that. Like, those are the things that go through, or maybe their husband's yelling at them, or they had a bad day and they just can't deal at that moment. There are so many reasons why people do not respond. So what do? In order to consistently work your business and take advantage of all the effort that you put in, the reality is you need to do a couple of more reach outs to that exact person, that same person. So our suggestion is your second reach out, like Danielle said, it's about 48 hours later, a couple days later, 3 days later. And I just simply will say, what I prefer to do, to be honest with you, is pick up the phone and call them and just like, hey, Julie, just wanted to check in, because they're not going to answer their phone, most likely. Hey, Julie, just wanted to check in and see if you got my text. You know what? I'll text you back and maybe we can connect if that's easier. Okay? Hope you're having a great day. The end. And then I will text her and I'll just say, hey, girl, wanted to see if you saw my text above. I know life gets crazy. XO. Like, give her an out. The reality is life happens. It's more awkward if you never reach out again. Because then when you see Julie, you're like, oh, wait, does she remember I reached out to her? How do I act? Is it kind of strange? So reach back out, because very often that second reach out, somebody will respond and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I meant to reach out. Or, oh my God, Tuesday was crazy. We were at the doctor having x-rays. I mean, life is life. So you might get a response by reaching out. Okay. So that's the second reach out. The third reach out I like to do about another week later, maybe 2 weeks, just depending on your schedule and life and what's going on. If you're really eager to book shows, I might do a week later. Okay. And my third reach out will say something like this, hey, Julie, I want to circle back, no biggie if now's not a good time. Would it be okay if I reach out to you later? Hope you're having a great day. Okay, you are basically calling out the fact that she hasn't responded, but you're giving her an out and you're making it not awkward for you to see her or to connect with her in the future. And she might just come back and say, and this has happened many times, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, life's crazy. Check back with me this summer, or check back with me in the spring, or check back with me in the fall. Like, so many reasons. But when you do this, you will book more shows, you will create better relationships, and you will look like a professional. Because one of the things that I remember when I joined in this business and I started building my career, and I honestly didn't think of it as a career at that point, but building my business, I remember like an epiphany that I had. I don't know why. I wanted to be looked at in this industry as a professional. I didn't want to be just another woman selling something. Okay. And yesterday I was listening, and I think I shared it in our little team chat. I was listening to a Robin Sharma podcast, who I love. If y'all have never listened to Robin Sharma, he's the author of The Leader Without a Title, Titan Academy, tons of stuff. I love him. And what he was giving 5 5 things to make yourself great, or I don't know. That's not what, 5 rituals, daily rituals to greatness or something. One of them was exceptional customer service. And he was basically like, it doesn't happen. How often do you get exceptional customer service? Not just okay customer service, but exceptional. And he was like, those that will provide exceptional customer service will thrive. And that's what I want to be. I want to be that girl, even if they're going to tell me no, even if they never respond, I want to be looked at as professional. And so I'm not hounding. I'm not pushy. I give them a way out. I'm loving, you throw in hearts, emojis, and whatever, but I am being persistent and I'm doing what I said I would do. So there is in fact, I'm going to screen share real quick, you guys, and show you this sales statistic. Let's see. Okay. Many of you have probably already seen this before, but I love this. Okay. This is very common. Okay. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. Okay. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. Okay, so here's the results. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth, and 80% are made on the 5th to 12th. Now, I'm not asking you guys to reach out to people 12 times, okay? Hold on, I want to stop screen sharing. What the point of that is those people that are, and I call it gentle persistent, that are persistent in this business, lovingly, gently, but are persistent, are the ones that thrive. And so, and it's shown in just the average sales numbers. So that's what I really wanted to get across today, because I know that, sometimes it doesn't feel good when you don't hear back. Sometimes you think, should I reach out again? But I want our team to be confident in doing that second and third reach out because it benefits you. So Danielle, you kind of opened up that can of worms when you said that, but that's really what I wanted to get across. Does anybody have any questions, concerns? Have you had problems doing that, or are you nervous doing that? I'd love to hear. Anyone?
Hey, Christy, you went away. I don't see you.
Oh, you don't see me? Can anybody else see me? Type in the chat or give me a...
I can see you.
Yeah, I
I
can't.
see you.
Okay. I don't know what happened, Karen.
Well, it's probably my computer.
That's okay. That's okay. How does everybody feel about that? Does that feel good, doable, interesting? Have I convinced you?
That's how it works. I mean, I'm in sales in my full-time job, and that's totally how it is. And I think you nailed it by just saying be relatable and don't overthink it, and don't be pushy, and don't be afraid. I think if you give them an out, they're more likely to respond or at least engage on the next call, and you just kind of have to move on.
Absolutely. Yep. Now, before we jump off, there's one last thing I want to share, because I really only want to keep these to 30 minutes, but I learned this yesterday and I am so excited about this. So, okay, you guys all know Facebook Messenger, regular old Facebook Messenger, where you've got all your people that have, can you see that? It's kind of hard. Anyway, whatever. It's regular old Facebook Messenger. Okay. So do you see here at the bottom, this middle thing that's got like a couple of heads, and mine says 316. Y'all see that? Okay.
Yeah.
If you click on that, that is everybody right now. Well, I don't know about everybody, but those are all people that are online right now in your Facebook world. Okay. So yesterday I was doing the social sell that, we announced last week. Danielle pioneered this thing. I did a social sale last night, you guys, and I think I've sold $900. I'm not kidding. We can talk about that at another time. But yesterday, I only had 4 people that had RSVP'd, and I was like, okay, I got to find more people. And I was at my sister's house. I'd had a bad morning of like children drama. And so I texted my sister. I'm like, I'm coming over. I got to get out of my house. So anyway, I went over to her house, and I was telling her, I was like, okay, I need to message more people to get into my social sale. I don't even know where to go right now. I mean, y'all, even I feel like this at times. And she was like, oh, you need to go to Facebook Messenger, and you need to go to this little button, and that's all your people that are online. And so I was like, oh. So I started scrolling through, and you guys, so many people that I have forgotten about. I like old sorority sisters, you know, friends in the community, old neighbors I used to have. And it was just a really good place to come up with some fresh people. So I wanted to share that, because if you feel stuck at this moment.
I am doing this today.
Huh?
I'm doing this today. Like right now while Edith is sleeping.
Sister, I came up with so many people. Everybody.
So you only had 4 before, because I have 3 and mine's tonight, and I'm like, dang, I got to have more than 3 people.
Karen, I didn't even do anything until 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, because I had this drama. And so it just shut me down. And so I went through these people and I messaged them, and I can send you the message I sent. This is for the social.
Well, I saw your live. Did you get them from your live also? Because I plan to do that this afternoon.
1 or 2, but they were past shoppers. I wanted new Park Lane.
That's what I want, is new.
I wanted to introduce new people to Park Lane. I want to get Park Lane in new people's hands. And so I went through here and I picked people that I have never had shop before. You could go through and pick people that you haven't added to your Who Do You Know list that you want to reach out to about potential shows. It'll just bring new people into your spectrum, you guys. And so I encourage you to go through it. And it was so fun. I had a friend from high school join and shop. Several different people join. And then people that I had kind of forgotten about. Like just maybe we talked last fall and I was like, oh crap, I totally forgot we talked. You know, just normal.
Right. Can I chime in and say something? And it piggybacks on the social sale, but then it also like talks about the or goes back to like the excellent customer service. So I really feel like that's what the social sell in the chat form really provides, is that exceptional customer service, because it's, you know, really personal. And then you have the option, I actually chose on mine when I got the product to deliver most of it, hand deliver most of it. And what that did was I got to see many of the ladies like in person. And so it gave us that in-person connection. And I was able to say, you know, we need to just get together so you and your friends can see all this. And in front of you, they're like, okay, yeah, that sounds really fun. Mm-hmm. And so then you reach out with some, and then I just say, you know, like, I'll send you some dates. And I keep it that simple, and we're not really talking about it anymore. But then you can send dates. So I love that about the social sell too.
That's a great point. It's a great point. Anybody else? Questions, thoughts?
I have a question on the social sale again.
Yeah.
So you ran yours for, how long did you stay in yours? I know some people were in theirs for like 45 minutes, just posting and doing, you know, the thumbs up.
Mine wasn't even an hour.
Karen,
okay.
I think I posted for like 17 minutes.
Okay. And you just followed the social sale posts. You haven't added? Because I feel like it's some of the same stuff that I keep adding. I have 3 people that are my frequent shoppers.
So you guys that don't know what this is, let me just say, so if you want to research it anymore, you can. Danielle, who's on this call, kind of pioneered this about a week and a half ago, where she did an online sale in a Facebook chat. Okay. So she messaged people asking them if they would want to be included in this. And she kept it to about 15 to 20 people. And then she just one after the other at 7 o'clock that night posted different images of the product that she was going to sell. And they just had to click a thumbs up if they wanted that particular item. And so then she would go and do the orders. Okay. And the details, there's a lot of details, but anyway, that's what this is that I did last night and sold like 900, and which is a lot. Okay. I
That's
was
a lot.
shocked. I know. I was like going to be happy with about 300 or 400. So Karen's asking how quickly I posted the images. Here's the thing. My sister Allie did it last night, and she spread her posts over about a minute, and she lost.
You're gonna lose them. You're gonna lose them.
Lost people. She sold about 300, and we were kind of comparing notes afterward, and she said, oh, I didn't know, I didn't hear that detail about needing to do it
I
quick.
rapid fire.
And Danielle told me, she was like, I'd kind of take a pause, like after I did about, 5 or 6 or 7 images, take a pause and let people kind of catch up a second, but then do another. And I mean, literally, Karen, I started mine at 7, and at 7:17, I looked, I was like, I'm done posting. Is this kind of weird? But
So how did you end it at your last post then?
there was a post somebody shared in our little mock.
Yeah, I gotta go back in there. Okay.
And it said, it's a wrap, and it had like wrap bracelets. And so I just posted that. And then I just said, hey guys, if you joined mid chat, scroll up and look and just go through and click which items you're interested in. And then I just kept scrolling through over and over and seeing if different people had thumbs up anything and added them to my list. And so
Well, I thought about throwing in the Valentine's stuff because I've had a lot of interest in the Valentine's stuff. I didn't know if anybody else has tested with the
I
Valentine's.
didn't even think about that. But there were, like, Michelle Zito posted some additional images.
Yeah, I got those.
Posted some additional images. So honestly, I used all of theirs, and then all the ones that Danielle created. I did all of them. So, but it works really well, and I'm gonna kind of do a little analysis as to how many people were new Park Lane people to me, because that's what I wanted. I wanted new.
That's what I want new.
I want to add new people in. I'm getting their email addresses so that I can add them into my Park Lane back office. So anyway, okay, y'all, this Zoom is about to shut us off because it only gives us 40 minutes for free. And I didn't mean to keep y'all that long. I don't want to do this every week. I want to do about 25 or 30 minutes. But thank you for calling in. Thank you. I hope this was helpful. I want to encourage that second and third touch point and follow up. And I hope you all have an awesome rest of your Wednesday.
Awesome.
So that's What's Up Wednesday.
Loved
Thank you.
it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. See you in a couple weeks.
Bye, Cindy.